Georgia's 3-3-5 defense isn't just a spread stopper, it's a weapon that will help you shut down the best passing attacks in college football 26. It's built to kill tempo, disguise coverage, and dominate the box without going light. This front gave Kirby Smart total control over modern offenses and helped him win back-to-back national championships. Today we're breaking down our two main 3-3-5 formations with 3-3-5 mint and overflex, and then if you're playing Ultimate Team, use the Georgia Bulldogs Playbook, and then if you're playing regs, you can use any regs team that uses the 3-3-5 defensive playbook. Now this breakdown is just one part of a full defensive series we're building for college football 26. We'll be covering all of Georgia's core principles, breaking down 3-4 tight and our 3-3-5 looks, and we'll be going over all the blitzes and match coverages you will need to dominate, and we are calling it the Dawgs Dynasty Defense. Now if you want to check out everything that I've released for this whole scheme, I will link the playlist down below. Now in this section, we're going to break down the core identity of the 3-3-5 mint and overflex packages. Georgia's 3-3-5 works because it blends speed, range, and line control into one flexible front. It was built to stop spread passing games without giving it the ability to dominate the run. The 3-down linemen force double teams and clog the middle, while the on-ball linebacker creates pressure threats and can control the edge. And then our off-ball linebackers can scrape to the ball, blitz, and play match coverage in space, giving you sideline to sideline speed that still holds up between the tackles. So in these formations, you're going to get elite coverage range without giving up physicality up front. Then these packages thrive on variation. From pinch blitz 0 to Sam Mike 3 press, we're bringing heat from multiple angles, and then we're going to incorporate a ton of sim pressures like Tampa Sim or Nickel Sim 3 that mimic blitzes, but where we can get home only rushing 4. So the QB never knows if it's a real pressure or disguise, and that split second of hesitation is all we need. Then the final piece of what sets this defense apart is our full use of match coverage. These aren't spot drop zones. We're rotating safeties, trapping routes, and reacting to formations with pattern matching logic that punishes poor reads. Then our coverage is going to be synced with our pressure, forcing QBs to throw hot, then closing windows with match defenders who are reading the play in real time. The result? Turnovers, sacks, and a ton of big plays. Now this is where we're going to start dialing up the pressure. These blitzes are designed to attack the quarterback fast before he can settle in the pocket or make clean reads. Georgia's defense under Kirby Smart consistently used 5- and 6-man pressures like these to speed up the game, force early throws, and make quarterbacks uncomfortable, especially against up-tempo spread offenses that didn't have time to ID the pressure. These aren't exotic, they're direct, brutal, and when timed correctly, nearly unblockable. The first play we're looking at is pinch blitz 0 in 3-3-5 mint. This is an all-out man blitz, zero help over the top. We're sending everything at the QB and trusting our athletes to hold up on the outside. It's a high risk, high reward play call built to force mistakes. Now to set this up, you want to shift your D-line towards the nickel, then slant your D-line towards the nickel as well. Then user the linebacker who is in man coverage and walk him down 1 to 2 steps over the guard, and then can blitz all linebackers. That is optional. Now what makes this so good is if the offense sends all 5 receivers out, you're going to most of the time get 2 free rushers in on the QB. Then even if they end up blocking their running back, you're still going to get one of your guys, either the linebacker up the middle or the nickel off the edge, coming in unblocked. This blitz wins with raw speed. Force the quarterback to throw before he's ready. Then on the outside, your coverage is pure man across the board. You need corners and safeties who can survive on islands. And then as the user, you're responsible for the uncovered man, usually a tight end or running back. If they stay in a block, you're free to roam and help over the middle. If they release, you must lock them up in man coverage. Then next up, we have Sam Mike 3 press in 3-3-5 mint. This is a 5-man pressure that creates havoc with a looping linebacker from the second level while keeping a strong cover 3 shell in behind it. It's the perfect balance of heat and structure. Now to set this up, you want to show 3 at the line pre-snap. I like this because it takes your corners out of press. Then you want to user the 3 receiver hook linebacker and walk him down 1 to 2 steps. Then you can shade up or down, and this will change your flats either to hards or curl flats. Now what makes this so good is the looping linebacker creates natural confusion for the O-line and is going to come in unblocked a ton. He can loop in between the defensive line and come in at the QB, or sometimes he'll wrap all the way around the edge depending on how the protection works. So if the offense sends all 5 out, the pressure is going to get to the QB fast. Now we are dropping 6 into coverage here still, so you are going to have a strong shell in behind the blitz with your guys in coverage ready to make plays on the ball. Then sim pressures are one of the most dangerous tools in this Georgia 3-3-5 defense. defense, these looks only bring 4 rushers, but disguise it so well that the quarterback thinks he's facing a blitz, and that is the secret. Creating protection confusion while still dropping 7 into coverage. This is how Kirby Smart manipulates protections, forces mistakes, and still plays structurally sound zone or match behind the chaos. So first up, we have Tampa Sim Pressure in 3-3-5 Mint. This is a pressure look where we're bringing our nickel off the edge while dropping the backside defensive end out into coverage. It gives us legit heat on the QB while only rushing 4. And so behind it, you have a full cover 2 coverage shell, making it super tough to throw on. Now to set this up, slide and slant your D-line towards the nickel back, then take the backside defensive end and drop him into a 3 receiver hook. Then you want to user the linebacker on the opposite side of the nickel and walk him down 1 to 2 steps over the guard. Now what makes this work is we get edge heat from the nickel while only rushing 4, creating a ton of chaos in the backfield. This is great for spread teams who send everyone out, and this is going to let the nickel come in clean a ton. So in behind the blitz, we're playing a full cover 2 shell with 2 deep players over the top, 2 players in the flats, and then we have 3 defenders over the middle, taking away all the QB's hot reads. That gives us one of the strongest zone shells in the game behind a pressure look, and it's the perfect mix of pressure and coverage, and that's what these sim pressures are all about. Next up, we have Nickel Sim 3 in 3-3-5 over flex. This is one of the most violent and balanced sim pressures in the game. We're bringing the nickel off the edge, paired with a looper from the defensive tackle on the interior, and the result, a 4-man rush that generates real pressure while dropping 7 into coverage. To set this up, always ensure the nickel is aligned to the left side. So if he comes out on the right, just flip the play at the line of scrimmage. Then you want to shift your D-line to the nickel. Then you want to take the opposite linebacker of the nickel and walk him down 1 to 2 steps over the opposite side guard. Then you can shade up or down with your flats depending on the game situation. So what makes this so good is we are only rushing 4 but still generating a ton of big pressure off the edge. And this is going to let our nickel come in clean a ton, especially if they send everybody out on routes. And then we are going to drop 7 players into a cover 3 shell with 3 deep, 2 in the flats, and 2 hook defenders over the middle. And this gives us the perfect balance between disguise, pressure, and coverage. And this is going to just keep the QB guessing on where he can go with the ball. And if he holds it too long, he is going to go down. Then if you want to take this defense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, you'll find 4 more videos for these 3-3-5 formations, including more blitzes to heat up the QB, some great run defense so you can shut down teams who try to bully you up front, and a really good zone coverage that you can mix in. And then I've also updated the website, so every topic I break down on the site is going to get its own individual video, and it is just going to be way easier to navigate and find everything. Then there's a whole nother mini scheme up on the site for this Georgia defense that you can check out right now, with a ton more on the way for this scheme. Then also up on the site right now, we have 4 other really good mini schemes that you can utilize right now. So by subscribing to the site, you'll also get access to all of my college football and Madden 25 content. Then when Madden 26 drops, you'll receive all of that content plus the college football 26 stuff, all for one price. Then for the first time in the history of Scheme Kings, I'm going to be running a sale for the yearly membership. It will be 40% off, so it will go from $129 per year to about $78 for 1 whole year. And this sale is going to run for 1 month until August 25th. Use code YEAR26. Then I'm also going to be running my Georgia D sale on the site, and this will run until September 1st. Use code DAWGS26 to get 50% off your first month if you want to just do the monthly membership. So if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. Then in this section, we're going to dive into how elite match coverage concepts elevate our 3-3-5 defense. Match is essentially as man-zone hybrid. Defenders play zone initially, but transition into man based on the routes they see. It gives you the best of both worlds. Zone eyes on the quarterback with man-level tightness once the receivers get out into their routes. And what makes it so tough to beat is how reactive and fluid it is. The quarterback must process post-snap rotations and route matches at full speed. One wrong read and we're jumping the throw. This is not passive football. It's aggressive, reactive, and lethal when ran correctly. Then Georgia under Kirby Smart runs some of the most advanced match coverage rules in the country. They rotate their safeties, use trap coverage, and play split field logic to take away modern passing concepts. The great thing with match coverage, it is built to take away some of the toughest concepts in the game, like deep corner routes where we can match these and take them away down the field, or crossers where our deep players will match these and run with them step for step and wipe them out. So we are going to have advanced breakdowns on the way that walk you through all the rules for quarters, palms, and cover 3 match step by step. And once you understand these, you'll be able to lock up the best passing attacks in the game, just like Kirby. Then the real power of this defense comes when we start to mix in these is match coverages with our blitzes. Offenses want to try to beat match by sending 5 out, but that means no extra blockers, and the moment they try it, we can hit them with our disguised blitzes that look like our cover 4 or cover 3 match defenses, but it's actually bringing heat. Then when they start blocking extra people to stop the pressure, we drop everybody out into our match coverage and we can suffocate their routes. So we aren't going to go over the rules of match coverage in this video, but I have a ton of breakdowns on the way. So down in the description, I will link the playlist for this whole Georgia defense, and as those match coverage breakdown videos get released, you will be able to find them there. Now, with just what you have here for this Georgia 3-3-5 defense, you will be in a great spot, but remember, there's 4 more videos up to date for these 3-3-5 formations already on Scheme Kings that will take this defense to a whole nother level. Then if you want a full breakdown of the overall vision behind this Dawgs Dynasty defense, including a deep dive into the personnel we're going to use and how it all ties together, then make sure you check out the full intro video for the entire scheme right here.